Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. So we have started off with question solving from averages. So we will continue with the same session. Okay, so let me give you a very simple question which is again related to data sufficiency. We'll start off with that. Okay, so take a minute and solve this question. 94 question. So I told you already, data sufficiency questions, you just need to look for options. So here if you see options, this question is very easy, right? Because first option is talking about statement A alone or 1 alone, statement 2 alone, both statement together, neither of them together. This kind of data sufficiency questions are very easy because what you need to do first, you need to check for statement 1. If it satisfies, it's fine, you can mark it. You don't want to check for anything else. Now when I say checking, you don't want to find the answer. I didn't mean that. Okay, you just need to know the concept. With the statement 1, if you can answer, just go ahead with the option. Don't want to think of anything, you don't want to solve the question. So that's why data sufficiency questions are actually very easy. Okay, but only if you know the concepts very well. So let me start off with this question. What they're asking us, what is the average weight of 3 new team? Okay, average weight of the 3 new team members who are recently included into the team. So average weight of the 3 new team members who were recently included into the team. Okay, now let's look at first statement. So first statement is the average weight of the team increases by 20 kg. Okay, so average weight of the team increased by 20 kg. With that information, I don't think you can find answer for this question. Average weight is increased by 20 kg, but how you know the average weight of 3 people? You don't know the average weight of the 3 people, right? You can say that this 3 people made a change of 20, but you can't say the average of these 3 people, right? So but these 3 people actually made a change of 20, that's what you can say. And you don't even know the total number also, so no way you can find the average with the statement 1. So you don't want to try anything, you can't do with this statement alone. Now what we need to do is we need to look for statement 2 alone. Okay, the 3 new men substitute earlier members whose weights are 64, 75 and 66. So 3 new men substitute early. So what is given? Earlier 3 members weights were given. So if that is given, you can find the average of those people who were substituted. Okay, because 3 weights are given, divided by 3, you can find the average, but you cannot get the average of the 3 new member. So statement 2 also alone will not help you. Now what we need to do is we need to combine these two. Okay, so answer option A is not true, B is not true, so that is eliminated. Now let's see whether C can be the answer. Okay, so now you need to consider both statements. The average weight of the team increased by 20 kg and the weight of 3 people were given, but still you don't know the total number of people or anything related to the new members or old members or anything. Okay, so you can't even find answer by combining this also. So this is also gone. So answer for this question is D. Okay, the reason is, the weight of the team is not given, nor the number of members also given. Okay, so at least if something is there, we could have think of something with this information. Here we don't know the weight of the total members. Okay, so total weight is not known, or even the numbers also not known. So how can you find the answer? Without knowing at least any one of these 2 information is not going to help you in any way, and these 2 information is not giving any clue related to the total weight or total number. So these 2 is not going to help you. So answer for this question is D for Delhi. I hope this is clear. This is how you'll get data sufficiency question. Okay, now let's look at a caselet. Sometimes if you are very lucky, you will get caselets on averages, but this is not the trend nowadays. Earlier you used to get questions, but then it was very easy and the cutoff will also be high. But nowadays you don't get questions like this. Hardly you'll get one question. Okay, so let me give you one question where you're getting 3 questions related to average. Okay, I hope you can see the question properly. I don't know whether it is clear or not. Some issues there in this part. Okay, so this was 97 question related to average. Okay, so you got 3 questions and this is the information which is given, and based on that you need to solve this 3 questions. Take a minute or take 2 minutes and try to solve this question. Okay. So how will you solve? What is given? There are 60 students in a class. These students are divided into 3 groups, okay, A, B, C, 15, 20 and 25. So we know group A consists of 15, group B consists of 20 and group C consists of 25. The groups A and C are combined to form group D. Okay, so fourth group. Now what we need, first question, let's try to get the first question. What is the average weight of the students in group D? Okay, so group D means A and C combined. Okay, so A comprise of 15 and C comprise of 25. So total 40 members were there in group D. What we need the average weight, and you don't want to get the exact weight. That is not possible because the weight is not given anyway. So it is a comparison, okay? So we need to look for the options and based on that you need to answer. So what is the answer in this case? Can you say more than the average weight of A? You can't say because see it is actually mixing of A and C, right? So if C's average is very low, okay, you can't say that A plus C combined together, that is D, may have a greater average than A. Okay. Similarly, more than the average weight of C you can't say because C, okay, A and C you added and you got D, but still there is a possibility that the average is very less in A. So when you combine, see, let's take two cases, okay. For example, A is having two number. Let's take one example and the weights are like 2 and 4. Let's take this example. B is having again 2 or 3 member, whatever it is, 3 member, let's take 70 and 80 as the weight. So what is the average in this case? That is 75. What is the average in this case? That is 3. Okay. Now let's mix them. That is 4. That's what you mean by third group. Okay. So 4 members, what is the average? 150 plus this 6. Okay. 156 divided by 4. Okay, so what is 156 divided by 4? You get 39. Okay, so if you look at this, can you say this group is having more average than this group? No. So this possibility is here. Okay, that's why this is not possible. These two are not possible. You can't say anything. Okay, at least you should know the average of A and C, or you should know the numbers, or you should know the weight or anything. Here nothing is given. Just 15, 20 and 25 students, and D is having 40 students. You don't know anything about the weight. Okay, group weight or group average, or you don't know about the individual weight. Okay, so you can't do this. You can't tell this also. Less than the average weight of C. You can't tell that also. Okay, so answer for this question is cannot be determined. Why you cannot determine? Because nothing is mentioned about the average of any groups A, B, C. And nothing is mentioned about the individual students also. So you can't tell any of this. There is a possibility like this. See, A may have very high average, then this is not true. C may have very high average, then this may not be true. Okay, like this, like that, this is also not possible. So you need to pick D as the answer. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. What is happening here? One student from group A is shifted to group B. Okay, so one from A shifted to B. So what is going to happen? So if you see statement answer option 1, average weight of both group increases. You can't say this. Okay, so there is a possibility of decrease also. See, he is shifted to B. Okay, one person from A shifted to B. Now let's suppose this person is having very less weight. Even if you take the B's average, okay, now which is greater than the weight of this person, when this person is added, the average weight of B will come down. And same will happen with A also. So this is not possible. Same way average weight of both group decrease. This is also not possible. Why? Because B is having an average of, let's suppose, 15. Okay. Now the new member who shifted from A is having a weight of let's suppose 17. So he is having some extra 2, right? This 2 has to be distributed. So average will increase. So you can't say it will decrease. This is also not true. See, what about this? The average weight of the class remain the same. Now, is this possible? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because in the class, all the 3 groups are there. One person shifted from one group to the other. We are talking about the class. Number of students in the class remain the same. Total weight of the students in the class also remain the same. So the average of the class remains same. So answer for this question is C. Okay, the average weight of the class remains same. Why? Because although you shifted from A to B, you remain in the same class. So in the same class, the number is not changing and the total weight is also not changing. I hope you understood this. Okay, but these two are not possible and there is no relevance for this because when you have C, it is correct. Okay, now let's look at the third question. Okay, so what is given? If all the students of class have the same weight, then which of the following is false? All the students of the class having the same weight. That means all the 60, how many students were there? 60 students having the same weight. Okay. Then which among the following is false? That's what we need to look for. Okay. So don't make any mistake. Which statement is not true here? See, what is the first statement? The average weight of all the four groups is same. Average weight of all the four groups is same. Obviously it is correct, right? Because irrespective of numbers, if you all the students having the same weight means when you divide with the numbers, you will get 15 itself. Okay. Let's suppose average weight is 45. Okay. So total weight means, let's suppose in the first group 15 students were there. So total weight is 15. Now when you find the average, you need to divide by 15. So you get 45. 45 is the average. The weight itself is the average. Okay. And that remains same in all the groups. A, B, C, and in D also that is the case. So average weight of the four groups is the same. Obviously that is correct. Okay. But what we need is a wrong statement. So in this case, all that is correct, we can't pick this. We are asked to find the false statement. Okay. What about the second one? The total weight of A and C is twice the total weight of B. The total weight of A and C is twice the total weight of B. Okay, let's see whether it is true or not. So A is having how many? A is having 15 members, B is having 20 members, and C is having 25 members. Okay. So the average weight of A and C is twice the total weight of B. Okay, the total weight of A and C. Okay, so total weight of A and C means, let's suppose weight you can mark as W. Okay, so W, so total weight is 15W, 20W and 25W, just for your understanding. I don't want this. Okay, so what is the weight of B? 20 into W. Okay, so what is the weight of A and C together? That is 40 into W, 15W and 25W. So this is twice, right? So the total weight of A and C is twice the total weight of B. That is also correct. But we can't pick this. We are asked to find the false statement. Okay. So these two, although correct, but we can't pick this as a correct. So let's look for C. The average weight of D is greater than the average weight of A. The average weight of D is greater than the average weight of A. Obviously, it will not happen because, see, we answered this question, right? We said that average weight of all the four groups is the same. Then how this is true? It is not true. So this is a false statement. So we need this false statement. So this is the answer for this question. Answer for this question is C for Calcutta. I hope this is clear. The average weight of D is greater than average weight of A. That is not possible because average weight of all the groups are same. Why? Because all the students have the same weight. See, this is a very, very simple question. You got 3 questions from the caselet. So all of you will get the answer for this question. There is no chance of getting any mistake. Okay, and this will not give you any advantage also because everybody is going to solve this question. If there is a normalization, if it's a tough paper, in fact it's not a tough paper. Okay, that's why you got 3 average related question. But if it was a tough paper and if you get questions like this, must attempt, but still you won't get any advantage. Okay, take a minute and solve this question, 2000 question. So what they're saying, consider a sequence of 7 consecutive integers. The average of the first 5 integers is n. The average of all the 7 integers. Okay. So average of 5 is given, that is n. So average of 7 is what you need to find out. So 7 consecutive integers. So average of first 5 is given as n. Average of all the 7 is what you need to find out. Okay, I'll discuss 2 methods for this. Okay, so one is you can simply take any series. Okay, 7 consecutive integers. Let's take consecutive integers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that means average of first 5 integers, which is given as n. Okay, n is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 5. Okay, so we know this is 3. So n is equal to 3. Okay, if you are taking, see, they are saying that consider a sequence of 7 consecutive integers. Let's take the first one onwards. Okay, and average of first 5 is n. So first 5 means 1 to 5 is n, and we know it is 3. Okay, so let's take average of first 7 as k. Okay, just assume that k. Then 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 by 7 is what k? What is that? That is 4. Okay, so what is K? How is it related to N? Because if you see answer choices, you can get N everywhere. So we need to find in terms of N, right? So K is equal to N plus 1. So K is equal to N plus 1. Your answer for this question is B for Bombay. Very simple. Just assume that 7 consecutive integers start from 1. Okay. Then first 5 is given as N. So we will take it as 3. And the answer options are given in the format of N. So find it for 7 and then convert into the format which is given in the question. So you'll get N plus 1. Okay, otherwise what you can do is see average of first 5 consecutive numbers, the average will be the third term. Okay, then so if third term is N, average of 7 terms will be the fourth. So that is N plus 1. This is very, very simple if you think in this way. Okay, so this concept, if you didn't understood here, there is no point in wasting time by repeating the same concept. We have discussed this in AP lecture. Okay, one session I have taken in one session. Unlike I have taken 6-7 sessions for time and work and speed distance time, AP I have taken only one session, very lengthy session, around 1 hour session. I have completed everything about AP, GP and all these concepts I have discussed over there. So go back to that if you didn't understood this and see the concept which I have discussed over there. Okay, average of 5 terms will be the middle term, that is third term. So average of 10 terms if you need to find, what you need to do is 5 and 6. In the previous video of this question solving session, I have discussed this concept again. Okay, if you remember, or you can go back to that. So if it is odd number of terms, average will be middle term. If it is even number of term, 2 terms which is coming in the middle and take the average of that. Okay, so in that case, third term and fourth term, that is N and N plus 1. Very simple. Okay, take a minute and solve this question, 2000 question. Okay, how will you solve it? A shipping clerk has 5 boxes of different but unknown weights. Okay, each weighing less than 100 kg. The clerk weights the boxes in pairs. Okay, the weights obtained are given. What is the weight of the heaviest box? Now let's look at the option. 60 is wrong. Why? Because if you need to get a total of 121, okay, so if you need to get a total of 121, the other box have to be 61. Then that will be the heaviest. So 60 is wrong. Similarly, 64 is also wrong. Why? Just think of it. Why? Because then if you need to add up to 121, you need to have 57, right? 64 and 57. And then to make up a total of 120, the next box should be 63, right? So if this is 57, to get 120, the next box should be 63, and which obviously make the maximum possible total 63 plus 64, which is equal to 127. So it is clear that it is not possible, right? So 62 is correct. Why? Why 62 is correct is because the other boxes will be 59, 54, 58, 56. Okay, so other boxes will be like this. And if you see, these weights are actually giving all the weights given in the question. So 62 is correct because other weights are like this, and that satisfies all the condition given in the question. I hope you understood why 60 is wrong and why 64 is wrong. Okay, so if you continue the same step that I have done in case of 64, you will get it as 62. Okay, and then no need to go for cannot be determined. So answer for this question is B for Bombay. Okay, slightly complex question, but still you can solve in this way. Okay, take a minute and solve this question, 2001 question. Okay, how will you solve? What is given? A student took 5 papers in an examination where the full marks were the same of each paper. Okay, so the total mark is same. His marks in these papers were in the proportion given 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, in all papers together the candidate obtained 60% of total mark. Okay, then the number of papers in which he got more than 50% mark. Okay, so the ratio is given. This is what important, right? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the ratio. Now the total mark is same for all cases. Okay, so that is what given. Now what you can do is, since the ratio is given like this, if you remember, we have solved this kind of question earlier also. What I told you is, consider the marks are 6x, 7x, 8x, 9x and 10x. Okay, so these are the marks. Okay, now what is given? The candidate obtained 60% of the total mark. Okay, so the average is actually given as 60, right? So you can write it as divided by 5. Okay, 5 subject, which is equal to 60 by 100. Okay, since this is given in percentage, we need to write 60 by 100. So I hope this is clear for all of you. Now from this, it is very easy for you to find x. Okay, so 8x is equal to 0.6. Okay, so x is equal to 0.6 by 8, which is equal to 0.075. Okay, so this is how you'll get the answer. This is an easy way. See, you'll take it as 6x, 7x, 8x, 9x, 10x, so that the ratio, the condition is satisfied. Divided by number of subject, you will get the average, and which is given as 60 by 100. Since 60 is in percentage, you'll write like this. So when you do this, you'll get x is equal to 0.075. Okay, now if you know 0.075 is x, you can find marks of all subject. Okay, so only thing is that now here onwards you will face some problem in multiplication, so you need to multiply. Okay, so you'll get 0.45, 0.525, okay, 0.6, 0.675 and 0.75. Now from here you can understand that what is the question? Number of papers in which he got more than 50%. So these are the 4 papers in which he got more than 50%, because anyway you need to multiply by 100, right? So that in turn will give you 52.5, 60, 67.5 and 75. Okay, so this is less than 50. So I hope this is clear for all of you. 4 papers he got more than 50. So answer for this question is C for Calcutta. Okay, so that's how you'll solve. Make an assumption that the marks are 6x, 7x, 8x, 9x and 10x, and find the value of x so that you can find the mark also. Because this, what is given, you take it as average.